Hello, my name is Tim Schoonmaker. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, this recipe we're going to show you is a healthy recipe that you can use and substitute a protein item out. If you don't want to eat chicken, you can very easily just leave it out and eat it as is with the couscous and the edamame and the quinoa, or you can substitute it for a plant-based protein or any other lean meat. Fish also goes well with this recipe. But basically what we're going to do today is make a edamame quinoa couscous salad. And so we have pre-cooked edamame, couscous, and quinoa. And basically we're just cooking it per instructions, not adding anything to it, just normal water as it's cooking. We have onions, we have mushrooms, and then chicken, which I've already cooked, so we're going to use that as our protein. We have peppers, red and green for color, and we have some carrots, and then some broccoli. And then for the seasoning, we're going to use a garden blend. It's a sodium-free garden blend, adds a lot of flavor to our dish without adding any extra sodium or anything to it. And then we're going to use olive oil as we saute. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and turn our burner on to high. And go ahead and add some olive oil. Just a little bit. And we use olive oil because it does, it's the best for our heart. So it's a heart healthy oil, it's light. So we want to use a little bit of olive oil, about a teaspoon or so for this recipe. So go ahead and let that heat up. And as it heats up, first thing we want to do is add our onions. So our onions, we want to saute those and it becomes translucent. So translucent means they become see-through, they start to cook. And again, we can leave our burner on high for that when they cook. Go ahead and put our onions in. And then as our onions heat up, so our onions are sauteing nicely, we want to go ahead and add our broccoli next, because we want the broccoli to go ahead and cook. And certainly you can add different vegetables if you would like, but as we're adding the broccoli, we're going to go ahead and add our carrots, and we're going to add our peppers and our onions as well. Again, we're adding our two different kinds of peppers for the color. Again, we eat with our eyes, our appetite grows as we see the colors. And we're going to go ahead and turn the heat down a little bit to maybe a medium high. On my stove, I have it about a 7. Then we're going to add the mushrooms. And we're going to saute that for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until the vegetables are tender. And again, you can cook them as long or as little as you want. The key for this one is to your taste. All right, then we're going to go ahead and add our protein. So again, we're going to use chicken, but you don't have to. You can use a plant-based option if you want. You can use more vegetables or fish, any lean meat. Again, mine is already cooked, but you could certainly add the raw protein in at this time. This is a great dish for leftovers too. If you wanted to use something for leftovers, it's a great time to go ahead and do that. So depending on what type of protein you use and the state of it, whether it's raw or it's cooked, would depend on the amount of time that you would continue to cook for. So just think for anything like chicken, you want to get it to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Fish, you want to about 145 degrees. Same thing with shrimp. This is a great dish for shrimp. Again, a very good protein option. So again, with my chicken, so considering this a leftover dish, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that that warms up. And then we're going to go ahead and add our quinoa, edamame, and couscous. And then we want to make sure that everything is incorporated well. And again, the edamame, the quinoa, and the couscous blend is just a great dish that you can have if it's leftover, if it's pre-cooked, great crock pot dish, for example. So you want to make sure that everything's combined and that everything mixes well together. And go ahead and turn down your heat a little bit. And then to plate our dish, whether you do this on a serving platter or however you decide, if it's an individual plate, you just go ahead and spoon it on. Again, if it's a platter, you can certainly do it buffet style. The key is to have it so that you can showcase all of the colors and have everything look really nice. And then once you have it plated, you can go ahead and serve it to the family nice and hot. Also, great dish if it's left over. Go ahead and let it sit and marinate for a little while overnight if needed. Again, the flavors are going to continue to grow on this one. So there's our finished dish, a quinoa, couscous, and edamame blend with carrots, red and green peppers, broccoli, a little bit of mushrooms. We used some garden blend seasoning, olive oil to heat it all up, and protein was chicken. So a quick 10-minute dish, healthy, easy to serve, delicious, healthy, full of nutrients. Hope you enjoy.